afternoon. Very pleased to welcome His Excellency Abdul Aziz Al Ghurair. Thank you very much for being with us today. As you know, the GCC central banks set a unified platform or framework for ESG laws across the GCC. How do you foresee the implementation of this framework across banks in the GCC and in UAE particularly?
Well, as banks, we love to work within a framework because now we have the guideline from our central bank and from the GCC countries. So we strongly believe that this is a very important directive, and all banks have to participate and in this drive to make our climate a better world to live in.
Yeah. As you know, some banks, for example, in the UAE and in the region, are ahead of others in terms of embracing and implementing ESG framework. How can we encourage all the banks at the broader scale to implement and to embrace ESG in full, not just a report to post on their website?
I think all banks are interested to implement the ESG direction. Some are in advanced stage, some are in the middle of the road. I think once the customer banks start reporting their numbers and as per the ESG directive, and a customer will start selecting their banks because they're compliant to the ESG and there is benefit to the bank. Other banks will also speed up the implementation of ESG. Now, the issue is there is very few staff in the banking sector in the region who's aware of this criteria, and we need to train the people, bring them, or our existing staff to train them on this criteria, and also educate our customer to accept this criteria. So it takes two to tango, because the banks, the regulator, and now the customer have to accept our conditions and rules.
Yeah. How you as UBF are planning basically to help banks in terms of raising awareness of ESG?
Well, we have a committee that they meet and share best practice and share the knowledge, and we will continue to support them.
Yeah. As you know, the UAE is at the forefront of embracing and implementing the world's best rules and regulations. They are trying to align the UAE laws with all the rest of the world, including the European Union, Switzerland, Singapore, and others. How do you foresee the future of ESG laws and regulations, not only for banks, but maybe broadly for the basically business community, such as family offices?
Well, we are still at the beginning. And I think some has to take the lead. And I think the financial institution have the know-how, they have the money, they have the knowledge, and they can invest. And we can demonstrate to the rest of the economy that how good this is good for the economy as well. So we all have a common interest to support this.
As you know, at COP28 in Dubai, there was the pledge for 1 trillion dirham. Where are we with this in terms of implementation? Some banks, again, have started implementing, and some others are still wait to see. So how can we expedite the process?
Well, we are following up with all the banks who have pledged their number and asking them to give us numbers, how much have they implemented, and what is the roadmap for them to implement. And we'll also present it to our government to show them whatever we have pledged is been implemented.
Yeah. In terms of governance, as you know, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid announced a non-mandatory governance system for the family offices. How do you foresee this to impact banks in Dubai in particular?
We welcome this directive because we thrive on family business. Our interest is to ensure family business continue from generation to generation, and there is no disruption for the family, and no disruption for the business, and no disruption for the economy, no disruption for the relationship with the banking system, and we like to continue support them.
What do you think the best steps, 3 steps in this regard that can be implemented? Your recommendation?
Well, Dubai Chamber of Commerce, we have a full board and a full unit whose role and responsibility is to bring all family offices, give them the guideline give them the toolkit and ensure they implement this toolkit. And we are also ensure that we have the legislation, laws are family office friendly. And we're discussing it. Some laws need to be changed to make it a lot more easier for family business to continue.
I mean, how do you recommend or do you see new laws, for example, in this regard? Can you tell us anything?
We're still working on it.
Your Excellency, thank you very much.